Kieran, we're here at Match Remind today, but obviously it started a couple of years ago. Where did the idea for Match Remind all start?
Yeah, so we're on our third Match Remind now. It's been a pretty weird journey, to be fair. It all sort of started with a mate of mine, a guy who's actually playing in today's game. He organises his own game at Selhurst Park. So we went down there 2 years ago. I actually commentated on it. So he asked me to go down and commentate, and we were there, and I thought, this is such a cool thing. Like, we had all these celebrities, all these like influencers getting together and playing in a game. And I was like, why does no one do this back home? I was like, you have to travel like miles and miles to see something like this. And I had a few contacts sort of through work and people I know in TikTok, I suppose, sort of growing on TikTok and quite big. So I messaged them and I said, look, is there any chance you'd be able to ask a few people to take part in this game I'm doing? And TNS were kind enough to sort of take the chance now, I suppose. Like, it was never going to be a guaranteed success. It was never going to, it was just an idea. And they said, yeah, we'll help you out. So we had the first game here, and it went bananas. Like, we had 800-900 people here. Raised a good couple of grand for Mind UK. And then we thought, we've got to keep this going and sort of just get as much out of it as we can and keep it going as long as we can, because it's a great community event. I think people love it, especially the kids in the area proper buzz off it. But yeah, it was another charity game down south that initially started it.
Why Mind? Why does that charity mean a lot to you personally?
So it's actually Mind and Hope House we're doing this year, so we've got two charities. But initially we started with Mind because we started it in 2021, and mental health and stuff like that was very topical and big coming off the back of lockdown. And I think everyone has either struggled with it or knows someone that struggled with it. So our main aim really was to sort of get people talking and raise the awareness and shine a spotlight on men's mental health, which was the sort of main idea. It's the biggest killer among lads between 15 and 25. So we thought, if we can raise some money and we can put some eyes on that as well, then it's a no-brainer in it. So yeah, Mind was the main one we wanted to go for, and then sort of as we've grown and as we've got bigger and as we've been able to get bigger players in, we thought, let's bring it a bit more local as well and bring a local charity in. And there weren't many better than Hope House, I think. They do fantastic work. They help so many families that need it as well, and they need the funding to do what they do. So if we can help out anyway, then we're happy to.
And how much work has it took to get this year the celebrities, TikTok and YouTube, getting them in for today? Yeah,
it's felt like this year has been more work than the last 2 years combined. Obviously with the weather yesterday as well was a big worry for us. We thought, because a lot of them travel from down south and sort of Manchester, Liverpool way. So we were like, are they going to get in? They're going to be all right. But they were. They managed to get down and they managed to sort it. But it has been a lot of work. It does take a lot of work. I think people don't sort of see, the stress behind getting the kits ordered, getting the kits printed, finding sponsors, because it costs money to do these things. Like, it costs a good amount of money to put this stuff together. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're paying for a live stream. The kits, obviously, they're not cheap, and everything on top of that. So yeah, it's been stressful. It's been a lot of work, but it's all worth it when people start coming through the door and just have a good night, enjoy themselves, see the influencers they want to see. We have a game of football as well. Don't get me wrong, it's not the best quality, but we have got some good players this year. It's not a bad quality, just not from it.
And how good is it? You mentioned it a bit earlier, to be playing at the New Saints, a club, that of course been in European competition.
Yeah, I think the players massively buzz off that. To be fair, when I tell them there's a Champions League game here a couple of months ago, they proper buzz off it, and it's such a great setup, and I think it makes us feel like professional footballers for a bit. I think that's what everyone loves. That's what I love anyway. We walk out, there are fans up there clapping, and you've got music playing, your name's being said over the PA. I think it makes us all feel like professional footballers for a bit, and as I said, it's a great setup, and obviously with all the refurbishment that's happened here over the summer, it just looks unreal.
And at the time of recording this, it's 2-3 hours before kick-off. Can people just walk in and get their tickets, or do you have to do it online? Yeah, no, so tickets will be available on the door as well. It'll be £10 on the door. But yeah, bring everyone you want. Your mum, your dad, family, get them all down, raise as much money as possible, and watch a good game of football, hopefully.